You want to hear a joke? MGTOW. But that's not the only laughable thing on the internet. Today, I want to talk about the stupid stuff that has been going on in the anti-MGTOW community. Good morrow, ladies and gents. It is I, the Crimson Crusader, your favorite anti-MGTOW YouTuber that MGTOWs love to hate. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video on this channel. It's been a bit challenging for me to kind of create a new video when you have stuff like the coronavirus going around. Luckily, I've managed to find the time to make this video because I want to talk about something important that relates to our community. Some dumb stuff has been going down in our community, which forces me to make this video. Let's get started. Today, I want to talk about a guy who calls himself MGTOW Exposed. Now, the guy laughing in the video clip is what MGTOW Exposed looks like when he's laughing at some of the idiotic things some MGTOWs say to him. He's a relatively new YouTube channel that started uploading anti-MGTOW videos about 3 weeks ago. He posts these short videos that are around a minute or two long. And in some of the videos, he plays clips of MGTOW videos and then laughs at the MGTOWs and criticizes them. I have to admit that when I first saw this guy's channel, I found some of his content amusing and hilarious. And it's not that hard to find and laugh at stupid clips of MGTOW saying some of the craziest stuff. It makes Alex Jones look like real news. Relax, that's what we call a joke. But anyways, some of his content is funny to an anti-MGTOW like me because we can all use a laugh once in a while, especially when dealing with the MGTOW community, which can get hostile at times. I mean, the video he posted on his channel of a guy saying porn is liberating to men is another example of how low and socially degenerate some MGTOW can go. However, some lines shouldn't be crossed, and unfortunately, MGTOW Exposed has, to put it mildly, made some dumb decisions. Let me explain the problem with MGTOW Exposed. I'm going to make this short and to the point. One of the main problems I have with some of the content from MGTOW Exposed is in some of his videos, he's been stealing people's content. If you look at a video on his channel called MGTOW Loser, Porn Liberates Men, he takes a clip from a MGTOW's video and puts it on his channel without adding anything of value. I'm sorry, but you can't just take a clip from someone's video and post it on your channel and expect that to be okay. That's wrong. And if I'm correct, you can't take copyright material and use it without the creator's permission unless you have followed the guidelines under fair use, which usually means that you are taking someone else's content and using it for a limited and transformative purpose. An example would be fairly taking a clip of someone else's video and then giving a criticism or commentary on that video. All you did, MGTOW Exposed, in some of your videos is you just took a clip from someone else's video and reposted it to get some views. I'm not a copyright expert, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out that taking and posting someone else's content like this is probably going to violate some copyright rules. MGTOW Exposed doesn't even give an ounce of criticism in some of those videos where he takes video clips from other MGTOW channels. How hard is it to comment and criticize a 1-minute clip? I'm sorry, but that's just lazy, uncreative, and low-quality content. There's no excuse for that. And it makes us anti-MGTOWs look uncreative, which is not true. Before I move on to the next issue, I want to make it clear that I am not an expert on copyright, so don't use what I say for any copyright case or claim you may have. Do your own research and seek a professional's input instead of using this video for stuff like that. Not only does MGTOW Exposed fail to follow obvious rules, but he seems to support people making fun of and laughing at a YouTuber called MAGA Man who is having an emotional breakdown in a video where he talked about his depression and not being able to see his kids. Also, MGTOW Exposed stole video clips from MAGA Man's YouTube video, and MGTOW Exposed was so lazy that he didn't even bother to edit it or add any commentary or criticism. Here are some clips of MAGA Man's video.
I no longer have the ability to contain the depression that I have been suffering with. And then there's the empty space next to me without her warmth. Without her hugs, without her kisses, without her touches. I've done everything. There are men that are out there convicted felons, that their women give them a second chance. And I can no longer contain this depression that I feel.
It takes a strong and brave man to share his feelings in this way. Hashtag not losers. MGTOW Exposed. Laughy smiley emojis.
Can someone please turn this into a dubstep remix? I deserve to be loved. I deserve to have her arms around me. Sounds like the lyrics to a 90s R. Kelly jam. Woo! Heart. Smiley faces. How is this okay, folks? Is this funny? Do you find this funny? How sick. The reaction and handling of this situation by MGTOW Exposed is pathetic and cruel. Some may claim MAGA Man is doing this for attention, but I believe we should take this seriously anyways. Now, if someone is lying about their struggles, that's a different story. But I don't see any reason to support the idea that MAGA would do something like that. Anyways, you may not like MAGA Man or his content, but every person deserves to be treated with some level of decency. MGTOW Exposed, what you're doing makes you look like a jerk. And it's sad that I even have to say this, because this is something that you people should already know. What disturbs me is how there's some people in those comments who think this is funny. It's not. I'm not MAGA Man's best friend, and to be honest, I don't agree with a lot of what he says, especially anything MGTOW related. However, I am not going to be laughing at people's emotional breakdowns because it's disrespectful and heartless. Shame me and call me whatever you want. I don't care. I stand by the brand of this channel, which is to be a reasonable and respectful knight who stands for a culture of decency and civility. And if you can't even support that, you embarrass yourself in the anti-MGTOW community. It's already bad enough that we have people in our community who are engaging in idiotic behavior, like shaming and mocking their own fellow anti-MGTOWs. I don't need any more of this nonsense. MGTOW Exposed, if you're watching this video, I want to make it clear that I don't hate you or every single video on your channel. I support and encourage people to criticize the septic MGTOW community and all the lies and nonsense they steadily spread on the internet. You make many good points here and there, and I like how you're willingly and openly criticizing MGTOW, and you're not afraid to do it. However, taking content from other MGTOW channels and barely editing it is counterproductive and ineffective. Its uncreativity and shallowness makes it look like you focus more on quantity rather than quality. I challenge you to reconsider how you create and present your content. The bottom line, if you continue to misuse other people's content, your channel won't survive. But even more importantly, please try to be respectful of other people. One of the most important things you can do right now is apologize for laughing at MAGA Man and stealing people's content. I want to reiterate one last time that I am not attacking MGTOW Exposed personally, but instead I am criticizing his behavior. I'm not saying either side is entirely guilty or innocent, but we must understand that we must be careful of how we address the situation. MGTOW Exposed, if you want to discuss this, feel free to leave a comment. But even more importantly, I have a message for MAGA Man. I sympathize with your pain, and I want to give you the benefit of the doubt that you have your personal battles. I understand that many MGTOW have real issues and real struggles that should not be ignored, and especially not laughed at, and it sickens me to see immature and insensitive comments wanting to make a remix out of this. This is not healthy behavior. But unfortunately, some do. And I agree 100% with MAGA that we all need to be loved and that we need to love others. I believe that part of the reason why men get sucked into a depressed state is because of the many challenges in relationships. Part of that may be because people make mistakes or fail to truly understand what it means to be in a loving relationship. I don't want to go too much into depth because I don't want to judge too much about a situation that I know very little about. However, I want to be supportive and help men out. And I think one of the first steps is to put more emphasis on the community rather than focusing too much on oneself. Self-actualization and going your own way alone does not solve any underlying issues, but instead it is a temporary escape. Something we should consider is that we must instead put more emphasis on spending time with men and women in our local community, in the real world, so we can grow and better meet our needs. Perhaps one day, MGTOW will learn to love more perfectly, and maybe they will have someone by their side. I want to make it clear that I'm not blaming anyone, nor am I saying we must not focus on ourselves at times. However, in life, we must find a balance between focusing on ourselves and recognizing our needs as social beings who long for community and companionship. I fear that MGTOW and many others overlook this critical need, and that MGTOW fails to fill the void. Perhaps going your own way is not going the right way. And to the MGTOW out there, I want to let you know that not all anti-MGTOWs are like MGTOW Exposed. In fact, we are people who care about MGTOWs, about men, because it pains us to see men subjecting themselves to this MGTOW madness. I hope you consider what I have to say, but then again, I'm just an anti-MGTOW. What do I know? Some of you might ask, Crimson, why are you making this video? Well, one of the main reasons I am criticizing MGTOW Exposed is I want to demonstrate my commitment to building a respectable community, and that starts here. And that starts with this channel, by holding our members in the anti-MGTOW community accountable by calling out their bad behavior. The MGTOW community may not care about toxic behavior and accountability, but I do, because unlike the MGTOW community, we have to set the example of what a strong, reasonable, and respectful community looks like. There's one more thing I want to add. I just learned that the 2 videos about MAGA Man's emotional breakdown have been removed from the channel called MGTOW Exposed. This should be a lesson for anyone who thinks you can be this lazy and take other people's content. I hope you found this video informative and interesting. This video isn't meant to be a vicious attack video or a white knighting campaign, but rather an honest and genuine criticism of another creator. I know some MGTOW will try to make up lies and nonsense about this video, but hey, if they want to make a fool out of themselves, I won't stop them. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe. You can also follow me on Twitter and BitChute. What do you guys think about MGTOW Exposed? Am I missing something important here? Let me know in the comments below. My fair ladies and honorable gents, fare thee well.